y'all, welcome to Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. I'm Linda. Today I am in the garden and I have a lot of things I need to take care of. I have a seed haul for you all. I also have some things that I want to try to get planted. I have a few things that I need to get harvested today. But first, I want to revisit my collaboration with FlowSole Pain Relief Insoles. You all, I told you a few weeks ago that I was going to do a collab with FlowSole. And I wanted to see how well FlowSoles would work when I put them into my, the first day, they felt so good when I put them inside my boots that I would probably be wanting some to go with all of my shoes. But I wanted to make sure by coming and doing some work in the garden with those FlowSoles inside of my work shoes. So I have been wearing them in my work boots, and then I would switch back to my regular shoes, the regular boots that I did not have the FlowSoles in, and I would see if I could tell the difference. And you all, there was an amazing difference. I have enjoyed having the FlowSole insoles inside of my work shoes so much that I need some for my other boots. There is such support when you have the FlowSoles inside of your shoes. You can feel that support. I have really enjoyed having these FlowSoles inside of my boots while I'm out in the garden working. And so I have a 10% discount code in my description box if you are interested in trying FlowSole for yourself, because they make a difference. And they are FlowSole Pain Relief Insoles. And so check the description box if you are interested. And thank you, FlowSole, so much for these insoles that you have made a great difference in my working out here in the garden. I am staying in the garden a whole lot longer since I have been using the FlowSole. Thank you, FlowSole, for sponsoring this portion of the video. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to show you all the seeds that I got from Baker Creek. I have, this year I have really tried to step up my squash game because, as I told you, I was not able to get all of the squash planted last season, and I just didn't have a very, very good squash harvest last year. So I have stepped up my game. I have already planted a lot of different squashes in the garden, and I am planting more. I'm not gonna let those vine borers or any of those other bugs deter me from growing my squash this year. The first one that I have is a cacao squash. And this one, I'm gonna show you two of them at the same time, the cacao and the Lady Godiva. They look a lot alike. And the reason I got them is because these squashes are the ones that, if you love pumpkin seeds, these are one of these, well, these are the ones that you're going to want to plant, because these will give you those pumpkin seeds that come out green and they don't have that hard coating, that hard shell on them, so that you'll be able to just take them out, dry them, or roast them, salt them, season them how you want to season them. So these are the ones that you will want to get if you enjoy pumpkin seeds. And so this is why I ordered them, but both of them have that same claim of having those seeds. So I just wanted to try both of them. And so this is the ones, if you like pumpkin seeds, you will be wanting to get the cacao and the Lady Godiva. Next one I have is my free seed, and it is a Japanese wasabi. Yeah, I love wasabi sauce. When I'm eating my stir fries, egg rolls, and my sushi, I love wasabi. And so this is for wasabi lovers. It's a radish, but it is for people who love wasabi. So you know it's gonna have that kick, it's gonna have that punch, that little bite, that heat that you like from your wasabi sauce. A Long Island cheese squash, but it looks like a pumpkin. So that is gonna be amazing to have a squash that size. So this one is a winter luxury pie squash. So these squashes are looking a lot like pumpkins, but this one also, it says that it's direct seed or set out transplant after last frost date. Don't let transplants become root bound so that you don't disturb the roots while transplanting. Needs rich soil. Harvest when rinds become very hard. So you want to let the rinds get hard, and those pumpkins or squash that you let those rinds get hard, they're going to store well. This one is a candy roasted squash. I've never tried the candy roasted squash. I heard a lot of you talk about the candy roasted squash, so I wanted to try the candy roasted squash. So I went on, this is why I went to Baker Creek, because I knew that Baker Creek would have this at a reasonable price, because some other places that I looked, it was outrageous. So I was like, no, we're not giving up all of that for a candy roaster. But now we have our candy roaster squash seeds. So, and this last one is called a Jarradale. The last one is a Jarradale squash. Looks like a pumpkin. It's like a green pumpkin. And I mainly got it because of the way that it looks. It says it's very decorative and it keeps well. Slate, blue, gray. So I think that looks nice. So I like to have that in the garden. So those are my squash seeds that I have. And so y'all know I am anxious to go ahead and get these planted. So y'all, let's go over here and plant them. We're going to plant them in the east garden. We're going to put some seeds out, but I'm also going to be dropping a few of these seeds inside just in case, you know, I don't see my germination like I need to. One of these said that you could go ahead and self, you know, direct sow. But sometimes that direct sow and me haven't been getting along. Let me tell y'all something too. I just made a discovery. I told y'all about some of the things that I had realized that I had been pulling up. But you know, I told you that I had been having problems with the sunflower seeds. Y'all, I just realized I was watching Broke Farmer. I was watching Broke Farmer video, and he was doing his tour, and he was like, that's a sunflower, that's a sunflower, I was like, wait, what? I said, those sunflowers? When they're small, y'all, I did not recognize those sunflowers. I've been pulling them up. I've been tossing them. They've been volunteering back in the garden. I've been tossing. So if they were volunteering back in the garden this year, what that mean? That means last year, those sunflowers were growing out here in the garden, and I've been yanking them out. I am not going to tell you all that I am so good out here in this garden that I can recognize all of these little tiny seedlings and know what they are. Now, tomatoes, I don't have a problem with tomatoes. There are some other ones that I don't have a problem with. Now, brassicas, I cannot tell you which brassica is which once it's coming up as a seedling. Can't hardly tell you if they don't have their fruit on them, if they don't have some broccoli on them, or if they're not heading up into a cabbage, or getting some Brussels. Well, I can tell the Brussels. Brussels sprouts are pretty easy to tell. Not really, because right now I'm looking at some Brussels sprouts looking just like collard green. No, I cannot tell you about the Brussels sprouts either. But some of these things, I cannot tell you what they are. Y'all know in the previous video, I yanked the pepper. I yanked the pepper. I yanked the eggplant. So I'm saying this because that's why I got to have my label. I got to have a label because I was finna pull out some peppers. I already had pulled up some, but I was finna pull out some more because they were hidden by some of the other plants. So I'm just saying, it helps me to have the labels. But I've pulled up a lot of plants because I did not have a label or because I just did not recognize those seedlings. I think I've destroyed the stevia because of that. I've always said that my stevia didn't show up. I didn't get any germination on my stevia. I think I got germination on stevia. I just didn't recognize when it showed up. But there are a lot of other things I have to keep. I'm going to look around. So I got to look around. I'm out here in the garden, in the wild. So I got to look around, make sure there's nothing creeping up on me. But some of these plants are hard to tell when they're just seedlings. And so that's why I ask, is this a weed? You know, is this a weed? I want to ask you all, is this a weed? Because I'm going to tell you another one that's very hard to tell. Those are those echinacea. To me, echinacea looks like weeds. When they don't have the flower on them, they look just like weeds. So a lot of these plants look like weeds. And no, I am not that expert. I'm not that good at distinguishing between them. I'm not going to stand here and tell y'all that I am. So I'll write it down, put this on the record. No, I do not know how to tell all these plants apart. So if you can, way to go, because I can't. But we're going to go here. We're going to plant these because this is what to me, that's kind of like urgency right now. Go ahead and get these seeds in the ground. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna plant these seeds. We're going to. I want to harvest some beets. I want to harvest some beets. I want to harvest some radish. I want to check and see what these parsnips are doing under the ground, because some of them, if they've been in there for a while, like the one over here by the corn, it's been over here for a while, and if they need to come out, because if I keep leaving them in so long, they're going to be woody, and so I just want to see. There could not be anything up on it because it has the roots. I mean, the plant is that big, but there could not be anything up underneath the soil. I don't know, because this is my first time getting this far. I've tried to grow parsnips before, but this is the first time that I've been able to get this far. But it seems like all the parsnips, this variety, I don't know if it's this variety or if it's just because I planted them at a certain time, but this variety is coming up at a time when they should have been already harvested, because they said you need to harvest the parsnips in the spring. It's still spring. Yeah, it's still spring. Okay, yeah, we're good. Well, we'll go out here. We're going to try to harvest them. But let's go over here. Let's plant some of these first. And y'all, I'm glad I got my FlowSoles on, because I got a few things that I want to get done. I don't know how much of it you're going to be able to see, but I got a few things I need to get done. So I need these feet to be right. I want them. I don't need no pain. No pain. Okay? All right, so y'all, let's get started. Okay, you all, I got my squash planted, and this other one I am not going to plant because that's wasabi is a radish. So I'm not going to plant it over here. But y'all, I want to do a taste comparison on these two, because the seeds look almost identical. Y'all, the lawnmower is going in the background, so that is what you hear. But they look very, very similar in comparison. But I am going to try the seeds, because the seeds look just like, well, similar to the seeds that I eat all the time. I think they're a little larger. This is the, I think it's called KK. They look like KK, K-A-I-K-A. Y'all, that one tastes real good. It tastes kind of nutty. Good though, very good. I would love to just be able to go ahead and get me a big old squash and cut it open and get all my seeds and then roast my seeds, y'all. Okay, this one looks very, very similar to the other one. It's a little lighter in the color. Now that one is delicious also, but it don't have that nutty taste to it. The first one has a nutty taste similar to a pecan. This one, not so nutty, but still delicious. So yeah, I am going to enjoy these. So if y'all want some seeds like the ones you get out of your pumpkins, those green pumpkin seeds, go ahead and try these, because this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to hopefully start to get my own pumpkin seeds, and I have to worry about purchasing them from the store. So hopefully I'll get a lot of them, and each time that I'll cut one open, I'll go ahead and save my seed and store them, because you can't put seeds in the freezer. So that'll be something that you might want to think about. Okay, so now, since I got all my squash plants, my squash seeds are planted, I'm not gonna plant these wasabi ones right now, because I don't know where I'm gonna put them. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna harvest some things, so then I'll probably end up with a place to put them. Just like the other radishes, those radishes are more of a cool season crop. So I still probably would plant some, but I gotta figure out a good shady spot for them first. And I also need to harvest some things. So let's go ahead and harvest these beets. We're gonna harvest the beets first. Okay, next I wanna see if there are parsnips underneath this plant. This label says parsnip. I was thinking it was celery, but we're gonna see now if there is anything underneath this plant. Okay, so it is parsnips. And they're small parsnips. For as big as this plant is, these are some small parsnips. So now I'm trying to figure out, let me see what this one looks like. Okay, now this one is a huge parsnip. And I came out here to harvest them with eating them on my mind. I want to roast them. Because I do not want them to get too hard, because this is the first time I done grew some, and I want to harvest them and roast them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the rest of them out of this spot right here. They're probably small, but I'm going to go ahead and just... Oh, that one put up a fight and I broke it. Okay, that one was real small right there. I don't know anything about parsnip leaves. Oh my goodness, I gotta get this one, y'all. How am I gonna get it? I didn't bring my little trowel. I think that's what it's gonna take. My trowel. So let me go get my trowel and we're gonna dig it out. Okay, I got a trowel. I don't know how good it's gonna work. Hope it's not woody after all this work I'm putting in trying to get it. Look, bent my trowel. I think I'm wearing it down. This is a parsnip. I'm gonna eat it. I went through all this trouble getting it. I'm gonna eat it. If it's woody, I'm gonna eat it regardless. I'm eating it. I'm roasting it and I'm eating it. I'm gonna roast it with some carrots and hopefully some radishes. So let's go get some more of these. And you all, my sister-in-law stopped by the garden for a visit, and look what she found. I had not seen this, but she noticed that I had peppers growing in the garden. There are 2, and those are Cubanelle peppers, Miss Renee. Cubanelle peppers have already started to grow. So I am so excited about that. Okay, but I want to get into this bed and harvest some of these radishes, because I want to have a nice roasted radish meal tonight. These are some small ones. That's a better one. But it is time for some of these to go ahead and come out of the garden. I'm not going to pull them all up, but I will go ahead and remove some of these radishes. That was a better one. And have these in a meal to make some space in the garden. As I told you about a week ago, I did not want to pull them up prematurely, but I think that they have been out here long enough to do what they're going to do. And really, I do need this space. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this one also. Okay, these were smaller ones. I should have left them. But I guess there's no need in leaving just two in here. I'm going to go ahead and pull them out of the bed, since I do have enough for a nice meal. And now I'm going to get some carrots to go with it. I'm also going to go ahead and harvest these beets. These are those cylindrical beets here. They grow, they get long like that. Okay, so I did not take all of the parsnips. There's a parsnip bed right there. But I would love to have some roasted carrots with this meal. And you all know that you can roast beets. I got more than one variety of carrots in this bed. Let's go to the bed next to it and see what we can get out of there. Yeah, I am not a fan of baby carrots at all. Unless that's what I was going for, but that is not what I'm going for. I'm not going for baby carrots. I want the big carrots. All I'm pulling up are baby carrots. I'm not putting any more carrots out of that. These were not that large, but we're gonna try another bed. Okay, I made it over here to this bed without my weapon of choice. I got a hoe instead of my shovel because it was closer, so I'm gonna give it a look. Okay, we're gonna go over in here and just hope y'all still can see. I done knocked the camera around. See, that's not a carrot. Okay, let's see. This is a carrot. All right, this is what I got out of that bed. I'm getting all tangled up over here. Let's try one more bed. Y'all, please believe me when I tell you that this is turning into a food forest out here. Okay, we got some eggplants are starting to show up on this plant right here. So I'm gonna be very excited to come out here and start harvesting eggplant. And y'all, something has started to eat on my brassica leaves. And I know what it is. Some of these little worms have begun to get on them and they are munching away. But I have ordered some BT and it should be here in a couple of days, and then I am going to spray these leaves. This is it's okay, not great, but that one was okay. I'm just gonna grab a handful of them so I won't have to be in here so long. They're all nice roasting size, so we're gonna take them and we're gonna wash them up. I think I got all of them that I pulled up. So we're gonna take these and we're gonna wash them up and we're gonna roast them. Okay, so this is my harvest for today. I have some carrots, beets, radishes, and some parsnips. So thanks again to FlowSole Foot Pain Relief Insoles for sponsoring this video and for giving me some pep back in my step. I am really enjoying having these insoles in my shoes. They are making me feel so good. And so I hope that you all have enjoyed this video and that you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already subscribed. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.